Today, we're not just talking about a cigar. No, we are dissecting a modern masterpiece, a cultural icon with a story that's as rich and complex as its blend. We're getting into the anatomy of a true legend, the Cohiba Behike.
So just how special is this cigar? Well, to really get it, you have to understand its place in the world. It's not just at the top of the cigar pyramid. For a lot of connoisseurs, it is the pyramid. It sits right alongside the world's most exclusive luxury goods as a symbol of ultimate quality and, status.
And the name itself? Wow, it carries over 2,000 years of history. You see, before it was a luxury good, the Behike was the most respected person in the indigenous Taino tribe of Cuba. He was the shaman, the one who connected the physical world to the spiritual through tobacco. This name was no accident. It was a powerful nod to the deep, almost magical roots of Cuban tobacco. Now, the modern Behike story, it doesn't begin with some grand business plan for a new production line. Not at all. It starts with a one-time anniversary project back in 2006 that was so successful it accidentally created a legend and an absolutely impossible challenge. So for Cohiba's 40th anniversary, Habanos SA did something totally unprecedented. They released just 100 beautiful humidors. Inside each one were 40 cigars. Do the math. That's a total release of only 4,000 cigars, a number that would become legendary like overnight.
Only 4,000 cigars. And here's the part that really blows your mind. Every single one of those was rolled by the hands of just one person. Her name was Norma Fernandez, the most celebrated master roller, or torcedora, in all of Cuba, a legend from the famous El Laguito factory. This wasn't mass production. This was art. It was craftsmanship personified.
Okay, so the 2006 release was a massive success. Cigars were reselling for thousands of pounds almost immediately, and this created a brand new problem for the team at Habanos. As the former marketing director Armando Arroyo put it, the public wanted more. But how do you possibly replicate that magic? How do you create something even better than Cohiba, which was already seen as the best in the world? Answering that question, well, it required a very unique kind of leader. So, enter the hero of our story, Armando Arroyo, the man whose background made him pretty much the only person qualified to take on this impossible challenge. Look, Arroyo wasn't just some marketing executive in a suit. His journey is what made him perfect for this job. He spent 3 years living and working in the tobacco fields. Then he spent 8 months in every single department of a cigar factory. He even tried rolling cigars himself. And after all that, he spent 8 years in France, getting this crucial global perspective on the luxury market. This whole journey gave him a 360-degree understanding that almost no one else had. He knew the raw material from the dirt up. He understood the incredibly complex industrial process from his time on the factory floor. And he knew exactly what the global luxury consumer wanted. This complete vision, this was the key that was going to unlock the Behike. So, with the architect in place, the team needed a breakthrough. They needed a secret weapon, and they found it, not in some high-tech lab or focus group, but hidden away in the pages of history. The main problem was, how do you market this? Cohiba was already known as the selection of the selection. I mean, they couldn't just add another selection to the phrase. It would sound ridiculous. It would mean meaningless. They needed something fundamentally new, an innovation that would give this new cigar a personality all its own. And here is where the story gets really cool. Armando's colleague, a very scholarly guy named Gonzalo Fernandez Navarrete, was reading this very old, very obscure book on 18th century Spanish tobacco. And right there, in that book, he finds a mention of a long-forgotten type of leaf with very, very special properties. This leaf was called medio tempo. It's basically 2 small leaves that only sometimes sprout at the very, very top of the tobacco plant. They soak up the most intense sunlight and nutrients, and when the team brought this idea to the old masters at the factory, they just laughed and said, "Ah, yes, the cacho duro, the hard bunch, we know it. It's powerful, but it's very difficult to work with." The key was right there, hiding in plain sight, a secret ingredient that could add this unbelievable richness and spicy intensity. Now, here's the central challenge, and really, the business genius of the Behike. Medio tiempo doesn't grow on every plant, not even close. It only shows up on about 10 to 15% of them, and only in the best fields during the best years. Its supply is completely, 100% dependent on Mother Nature. You can't plan for it, you can't industrialize it, and that natural scarcity is exactly what makes it so special. So after years, literally years of trial and error, of blending and reblending,
Armando Arroyo got an email he still keeps to this day. It was from his colleague at the Tobacco Research Institute. It said they had finally cracked the code. They hadn't just used medio tiempo, they'd found the exact, perfect proportion to create a blend that was powerful yet elegant and completely unique. The Behike was finally born.
So by 2010, the secret blend was perfected, and it was time to introduce the Behike to the world. But the team knew that a revolutionary cigar like this needed an equally revolutionary presentation. You couldn't just stick it in any old box.
They launched not with one, but with 3 sizes, or vitolas, the BHK 52, 54, and 56. And this was a really strategic choice. It offered different smoking times for different moments, from a powerful 45-minute experience all the way to a reflective 2.5-hour journey. They were talking directly to the connoisseur.
And the packaging? It just completely broke with tradition. Gone were the rustic wooden boxes. The Behike arrived in this stunning, high-gloss black lacquer box with a super clean, modern design. Even the band on the cigar was a marvel of technology, with these complex holographic security features to fight counterfeiting. From the moment you saw it, you knew this was something else entirely.
Now here's a number that really puts the craftsmanship into perspective. Before a single leaf of Behike tobacco even makes it to the master rollers at the El Laguito factory, it has already gone through 486 distinct steps. I'll say that again, 486 steps. From the field to curing, fermentation, and aging, it's just an incredible testament to the dedication involved.
So, as you can imagine, the Behike quickly became more than just a successful product. It evolved into a symbol, a new benchmark for quality that has had this lasting impact on the entire world of luxury goods.
The promise of Behike is absolute perfection, every single time. And the amazing thing is, for over a decade now, that promise has been kept. Experts all over the world agree they've never had a bad Behike. That level of consistency is almost unheard of. And it's because if the medio tiempo harvest isn't absolutely perfect one year, they simply don't make the cigar.
And that's why, for the people who make it, the Behike is a source of just immense pride. It's seen as the ultimate demonstration of Cuba's 500-year tobacco legacy. It's a tribute to the farmers, the blenders, and the rollers. It's really a gift from the Cuban people to the rest of the world.
Which leaves us with a final thought. The story of the Behike is really a story about refusing to compromise. It's about a team that took years to find one secret ingredient that totally embraces a reliance on Mother Nature and that performs hundreds and hundreds of steps to create one single experience. It kind of makes you wonder, in our fast-paced world of good enough, it seems to prove that the slow, difficult, and passionate pursuit of perfection is still possible.